photo.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is we haven't seen a massive rip up, so it's like it's been pretty healthy market structure, which is just, as long as we maintain healthy market structure, we'll be fine. It's when we've in 2017 and 2020 we got those massive rips up where it just pumps like 400% in a couple months. That's not sustainable, right? So we haven't seen anything like that yet. We've seen, we see 10% pumps.
To be honest, I'm seeing a lot of it's just history repeating itself here. You're gonna see a massive uptick. Oh, you're streaming. Oh, check. Okay. Banking crisis heats up. What's the? I didn't know there was a banking crisis right now.
There's a banking crisis. Nobody wants to use the bank.
Actually, I think that is it. There's no money left in the bank.
Well, that's just it. The bank hasn't had money for ages, and there's no new people to come in. And all right, I think we're good here. Let's go. Toss a little let's go in here. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Okay.
We got the golden tee set up already.
Golden tee set up. Yeah, I'm not gonna have time to hit the golden tee today though.
No, I know.
But
I see
maybe later.
Got this thing set up.
Okay, let's do a little pop. Hey folks, what's happening? Welcome back to Surely Sound Studio. My name's Martin. You can call me Marty. And this is my show, so let's go. I'm here with AK today. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, it's going good as always. Let's get this thing on the go.
It's a good day. Just got back from Seattle. Watched the Jays in Game 5 against Seattle. It was epic. Met so many cool people. I had a Bitcoin sign, and so many people wanted to come talk to me about it. It was so much fun. Turn the music down a little bit. It's a little hot. But, oh man, it was such a good environment. I don't know what people say or what they hear about, but the United States, I mean, we're up here in Canada. We're not too far away. It was only a few hour drive to get down to Seattle. But, man, the environment was amazing. It was electric. The stadium, the after parties, the pre-parties, like everybody I met was awesome. Right? I mean, I get it. It's like that's the environment that we're in. Everybody's happy. The Mariners did win. It was a crazy grand slam in the 8th that allowed them to win. Other than that, the Jays were up 2-1 going into the 8th, and it was a really close game. It was really, really good baseball. That's all I just wanted to see some really good baseball, and I had an absolute time. It was worth every penny. That I probably didn't really even spend much because I live on a Bitcoin standard, and it allows you to do stuff like that. If you plan for the future, it just makes life that much better when you get there.
Later on.
That's right.
We've been talking about this for years. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. We are here. So let's have a look at the charts. Let's see what's going on. So we saw the top come in. Crazy enough, I don't know how this happened. I just did math, and I came up with that red line years ago. And look, sure enough, at least till now, this was the top right on that day. Crazy as it is, and I remember we were talking about it down here, and I was like, maybe the top came in sooner, maybe my red line was off. And then look at that, like literally went up and touched my red line, because this is the reality that I have chosen. Manifested it. No, so I did take a fair bit of profits. I took a bit of profits here, a bit of profits here, because it's just a lot of things I've been wanting to do lately. I've been just using my previous invested capital to do that, and I've been able to do it for about 1/10 of the price. I put that money away years ago, and I get to do the things that I want to do now because of the inflation of the asset.
rather than deflating.
Exactly.
Having to struggle through life.
Right. Exactly.
You got to do the exact opposite.
Well, exactly. If you live on a fiat standard, you will gradually get poorer over time. So, for instance, that means if you're saving money, you're saving cash, you're saving Canadian dollars, U.S. dollars, euros, anything like that. If you're saving fiat currency, which is the cash that everybody uses today, you will slowly get poorer over time. You need to hold your value in assets, whether it's real estate, whether it's Bitcoin, potentially some cryptos. I wouldn't get too deep into holding cryptos for a long time. I do have some cryptos, but I'm a trader, so I hold them for a bit and then I swap them back into Bitcoin and or sell them for things that I want to do and stuff like that. Ultimately, if you live on a fiat standard, you're going to get poorer over time, and that's not fun for anybody. It makes society starts to collapse, and that's what we're seeing with a lot of people that are uneducated about the system, uneducated about how it really works, and it's devastating. It sucks for me to see. That's why I'm on here right now. That's why AK is with me right now. We're trying to get people to understand how their world really works. Like, going out and protesting and doing all that type of stuff, like, okay, maybe you're spreading some awareness, but you don't really know. You're protesting on something that you saw on the news. Somebody's manipulated you into doing that. You should have spent your time researching for yourself, doing your own research, and seeing why the situation is the way it is. Okay, figure out why.
Things don't just happen because they happen. Somebody is manipulating something. Somebody is controlling something. Your politicians are not going to save you. What's going to save you is your currency, which has made empires fall, rise, and society go around forever.
It's going to save you or starve you, right? One or two, right? Depending on what you know about it.
Yeah, everyone thinks that cash is king. Well, look at what it says on your cash bill. This is a legal tender under what? The government owns it. Yeah. It's not king. If they can control it and print it, well, where's your $5 go in 2025 versus 2000 in 25 years?
Yeah.
Well,
dude, even just 2018, 2019, before they doubled the money supply, right?
Yeah.
In 2020, they doubled the money supply.
Yeah. So, I mean,
so everything is twice as expensive as it was 6-7 years ago because they doubled the money supply, right? Things aren't more expensive. The dollar has lost that much value.
Yeah. Our generation, unfortunately, is the one having to deal with
and
all of the previous generations,
because of the generations before us knew, and they're just like, well, whatever, I won't have to deal with it. So they just keep kicking the can.
We'll just let our kids deal with it.
Exactly.
Who cares?
And then, unfortunately, not educate them about why it's happening, just to create madness, because chaos is profitable, right? For the people who are rich, they hold assets. So the assets, like, it's a catch-22 for them, because if they
tell you
exactly, if they educate the people on how the world works, then it doesn't work for them anymore.
Yeah, it's how do you enslave a society is one by the sword and the other is by debt.
Yeah.
And we are in debt. And everyone thinks a politician is going to come in and save them, or some type of party, and it's not. Get your money out of the system. Yeah,
it's never ever worked before, so what makes you think it's going to work now or ever again in the future? Like, the whole system is like, but again, like, if you understand how it works, you can make it work to your benefit, and then all of a sudden your life starts to get better every year, and then people's lives around you get better every year, and then all of a sudden we don't have any problems because we can pay for good schools, we can pay for good education, we can pay for good roads, we can pay for new infrastructure, we can take care of the problems because we're getting richer instead of getting poorer. The reason why we're in such a shit show right now is because we can't afford to pay the teachers. We can't afford people can't afford to go to college. They can't afford the education, simply because they're getting poorer over time. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It's never going to get better. A politician isn't going to change it. None of the people in the government have any power to change the way that the monetary policy controls you. Okay, you have to understand that the government is nowhere near as high as most people think they are when it comes to who runs the world and how the world runs.
They're Hollywood for your entertainment.
Exactly. It's nothing but a show. They're faces, they're talking heads. They're like, listen to music. A lot of the stuff that I learned, especially when I was a teenager, came all from music. Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, all these people, so much, everything they talked about back in the day. Artists know what's going on. There's a reason why a lot of them got.
That's why they stuff certain crap down your throats now, which is exactly what represents society and where it is. Look at the state. Look at the music they're pumping out.
Yeah, right? You got to be able to do your own research. You got to be able to think for yourself, and you have to be able to ask yourself, is this really working for me? Okay, maybe you spent a bunch of time doing something. You invested a lot of time and energy into something, but it's okay if you like stop and ask yourself, is this working for me? Has this been working for me? Has my life been getting better on this road? And if the answer is no, even though I know it's hard, you've invested a lot of time and money or whatever energy, it's okay to walk away from something if it's not working out for you. Okay, take it as a lesson and move on to something else. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, well, I've had this business forever, and I'm pretty sure if I just keep going, if it's not working, don't be afraid to just take the lesson and move on. It's not a loss, okay? You have wins and you have lessons. There's not wins and losses. You never lose. If you learn from a loss, it's not a loss. You learned. And then guess what? Next time you go to do something else, you're going to approach something else with a better state of mind. Okay, even if you have to go back to square one, you still are going to be that much smarter approaching it in the beginning. And then again, you will be able to grow and get better and compound. Okay, don't be afraid to just give up on something that you've trusted for a long time. Don't be afraid to believe that potentially you've been misled or lied to. I know it sucks. It sucks. So trust me, I did it 10 years ago and it was the best thing I ever did, because now I live the best life I've ever had. Like I'm in some of the best shape I've ever been in. I'm working out mostly every morning. Because I have the time to. I'm not worried about a bunch of stuff, and it's simply because I switched to a Bitcoin standard in 2017 or something like that. Of course, I lost all my Bitcoin in a surfing accident, so I'm still trying to figure out how to get it back. But I know it works. Okay, I know it works because I chart too. Let's look at my diary here. This is my diary. So Bitcoin is pumping up a little bit, and that's fair because look at this is the value area that we have been in since June here, right? So this is overvalued asset. This is undervalued asset. That's why this line's red, because we're looking to sell the red. We're looking to buy the green. So every time you're down here, this is arguably a good price or a cheaper price for whatever asset you're charting. Okay, and everything moves up in ranges. Okay, if everybody gets caught on single price, and that's really what can be misleading. You got to understand ranges over time because of the inflated dollar, because of the money printing. Everything's going to be going up. So let's have a look at gold.
Let's.
So this is all the way back to 1977. Right, we know in 1971 we were taken off the gold standard. If you scroll out a little bit, you're just going to see flat line. Gold didn't do much until that was taken off the gold standard, because now they print money and it inflates the price of gold. So big pump and then consolidation for quite a while, honestly. And this was actually a really good time to start a business, anything like that, because the monetary policy was actually it was okay. Like the interest rates could be high and it was okay. People could still have successful businesses.
I was going to say, what a time to live, right?
That's okay, period, right? Yeah. So something happened and they figured it out, but now this has happened again in where this is technology 2020 or the 2000, right? The technology's coming. Okay, internet, now what? Now how are we going to pay for all this new infrastructure that we need with the new technology? Have to print more money. Boom. Okay, and then now we kind of figure it out after we had 2008 stock market crash is like right around here, but then gold soars because of uncertainty, and then finally, we had a few years where it was actually not too bad again, and gold just kind of flatlined again now, and look where we're going again. Gold is going parabolic. So the question is, for most people that are interested in Bitcoin, and that I've been asked many times over the past few months, is it a good time to buy Bitcoin?
It's always a good time to buy Bitcoin.
It's always a good time to DCA, right? You're not.
Got to start sometime.
Don't put $100,000 in, unless that's your DCA and you're a millionaire.
Unless you want to hold that for 5 years.
Yeah.
Right. Then don't bitch and whine.
But I mean, for the most people that are going to be watching this, they're probably going to be working 9 to 5. They're probably trying to get out of the rat race, and they want to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. This is your savings account. This is that high interest savings account your bank offers you at what, 1%. Well, Bitcoin offers it to you at about 167% a year.
Yeah, on average. Yeah, and there's drawdown.
On average.
There's drawdown. But the thing is that when it dumps, 60%, which we haven't seen in a long time, but it has happened, it pumps back up 4,000%. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
I love the dumps.
You got to be able to understand that yes, it's going to go down a bit here and there because it's a growing market. It's still very young. We're only 15 years in here. We have people that have been holding since $10, $20, $40, $100, even 10 grand per Bitcoin, they're going to take profits. Okay, it makes sense, but it's a maturing market. We're not seeing parabolic runs and then massive drops anymore. We're seeing healthy market structure.
Well,
and so,
be a great time to start a pizza delivery business.
The ranges are moving up sustainably. Like when I was talking about the ranges, if we rip out of that range, it's going to come back into the range. If we drop below the range, it's going to come back into the range. And ultimately, it's up and to the right as far as the value goes, because the dollar is down and to the right. You're losing purchasing power. Every single dollar they print, you're losing purchasing power. So gold.
Is there a chart actually? I would love to see a chart.
Purchasing power?
Yeah, based on that from 1970 to basically where we are.
I'll show it to you right now. It's the gold. It's this.
Yeah. Okay. So that right there, that's your dollar's value over the course of the years versus the Bitcoin value. Look at what's going on.
Exactly. And so if we go,
your dollar
here we
has
go,
been
right?
devalued.
So here's gold.
Holy.
Here's gold until 1971. 1971, we were taken off the gold standard, and then wham! This is your purchasing power.
Yeah.
You know, there's a war right here, so obviously they have to old school manufacture. They did have to do a little bit of manipulation to take care of the war, right? But then this right here was the signal to the rich and powerful that, hey, we could do this again and get really rich.
Yeah,
And for a lot of years, people fought it because they knew what would happen. But finally, somebody came in and blew it for everybody. And so now this is your purchasing power. This is your purchasing power. This is your purchasing power. This is where you are today.
And that will never, ever, ever go back up to where it once was.
Never, ever. Never, ever.
This is your crash of the fiat currency. It is done.
Yeah. So this is the price, and that's it. Like, this is the price of gold compared to the US dollar, which is the world reserve currency, which everything relies on, everybody relies on, world trade relies on. So this is the one that we watch. Even though we're from Canada, I get that question a lot. Why do you watch US dollar? Because it's the world reserve currency.
Yeah. that's the currency of the world. And that's exactly what's going on right now is Trump's trying to reset their $37 trillion debt by building these stable coins, by getting into crypto. And it's pissing a lot of countries off because they thought of it first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's they hold the debt. So it doesn't matter. Like, it's funny because I think most of the debt is actually Japan. Japan. But it doesn't matter who has the debt. It's all U.S. debt because that's the world reserve currency. U.S. dollar is the United States exports dollars for goods. That's why we have so much shit in the West, is because we export dollars for people in China to make things and bring them over here. That's how the world global trade currently works. Other people in the world make stuff. The West makes money, and we export the money for stuff. So we keep them going. We keep them going by exporting dollars to them. It keeps their economy going because we give them the money to keep going, and then they have the shops. And of course, everybody knows it's not really the most ethical way of doing things. And we're obviously, like, there's certain people that are fed up about it. They want to keep you fed up about different things to keep you distracted about how the world really works. But this is how the world really works. And it doesn't matter who is in the chair. Okay?
No, the chair
doesn't matter who's in the chair. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's not going to change the world on a global scale. Okay. Yes, small things could change.
Oh, little policies here.
Little
and there
things
that
here
mean
and there.
nothing,
Absolutely, but it's not going to change the world. You have to attack the problem at its source. The source of the main problem is the fiat printing. Okay, it's making everything worse. It's making people more upset. It's making people have to skimp. Everything has to become cheaper because it's all about making a profit, and you can't make a profit if things are becoming more expensive, right? So everything's getting shittier because we have to try and make it cheaper, because everything's right. To try and get that profit, you have to cut costs. So everything's getting worse because of that. So if everybody turns onto
that book,
what's that one?
The fiat standard.
Oh, the fiat standard. Yeah.
And you also have the Bitcoin standard.
Yeah. There's
written both by the same guy.
Yeah.
That'll explain everything you need to know. That'll be the best education you've ever had.
Yeah.
Worth more than the 13 years you spent in school.
Oh yeah. Easily.
These $2.
And you can audio book it while you're
you know,
you can audio book it while you're doing whatever and get through the book in like a couple days.
10 hours of your life, maybe.
Right? Yeah, like, so it's and then honestly, if you do choose to do that, which I highly recommend you do it once. think about it for a couple days, and then do it again. And then you go to the Bitcoin standard, and then, because trust me, the second time you go through after you've processed it, because the first time you do it, if this is all new to you, it probably won't make a lot of sense.
No.
But it'll start to get your brain working in the way, and to understand how the world really works. And certain people simply can't comprehend it, because it's for whatever reason, the density of your brain is what allows you to understand things. Okay, so you need to build density before you're going to understand it. So just because you didn't get something the first time, that's okay. Go back and try again, and eventually you will. That's how the brain works, okay? It might take a couple times, but just trust it. Trust yourself, and ultimately understand what the goal is that you're trying to accomplish here, okay? You need to do what you need to do to get to the outcome that you want to get to, okay? Sometimes it sucks, and I don't recommend doing anything that actually sucks, but like, there's all jokes aside, you need to put your opinions aside and focus on the end goal. What do you want for your life, for your family? What are you trying to accomplish here, right?
Nobody else is going to provide this for you.
No.
Nobody.
No.
It's only you. So
do your own research.
Stop going out and complaining and trying to get somebody else to fix your problems.
Well, that's just the thing too. Like, society wants you to be poor. So if you go out to the bar once a week and spend $200-$300, like, society, and you post it, you're gonna get so many likes and comments. Oh man, looks like so much fun, right? Like, you're gonna get rewarded for poisoning yourself and poisoning your well-being.
That's the whole point of basically society, is to consume. The Western world is what you see. If you go out to these other parts of the world, it's not like here. We are poisoned, unfortunately.
But on the other hand, if you spend $100 or $200 in DCA into Bitcoin every week, then people call you crazy.
Yeah, you're nuts. You're an idiot. You're part of the scam.
And yet, here we are, right? Here we are. I just went to the Blue Jays game.
On Bitcoin.
That was the first time I've seen Blue Jays live. I've watched them on TV my whole life. I've never been able to afford something like that. And now, when I had the chance, it was a no-brainer. It was worth every penny.
And it didn't affect you basically in any way.
Not at all.
You're not.
Those tickets that I bought a couple weeks ago or whatever, I actually paid for those tickets years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And I only paid a fraction of what they're actually worth.
This is the actual savings, right?
Yeah.
This is when people are like, oh, well, you put your money away for something later on that you want in the future. Well, if you're going to continually devalue that thing that I put away to enjoy later, why am I going to keep it in that? It won't work.
Just keeps getting further and further away.
Yeah, so every year that I save, like, for instance, trying to buy a house these days, right? Every year you save, well, it becomes more unattainable. So what the hell is the point in saving?
Yeah.
Right? You might as well just rent, buy yourself assets that continually grow. And, well, you could have had a mortgage for 30 years, or you could buy Bitcoin for 20 years.
And buy the house.
And, well, not just buy a house. You could buy yourself a damn island at this point, right?
Buy a dream house, yeah,
absolutely. You can do whatever you want. So...
Yeah.
It's better to have that freedom rather than being locked in and stuck, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were lucky enough to buy a house before the market and everything went nuts and it was ridiculous, well, hell, you're just living the dream at this point, right? If you can...
And knowledge is power, right?
Yeah,
so if you have the knowledge of that, then give yourself some time, right? Understand and continue to learn. And before you know it, it's like, because it's the hardest for the younger kids these days, right? Mm-hmm. It's the hardest for them. The people who are, 50, 60, they probably have, they had the chance to buy assets. Even if they didn't, a lot of them had parents that did.
Yeah.
And it was very obtainable. So it's like everybody bought a house in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s.
Even
everybody
the 90s,
bought a house.
Yeah.
Right? So for now, it's not working that way anymore.
No.
So you need to educate yourself on why it's not working, understand how you can better yourself, and then do it. Pull the trigger, educate yourself, and just understand that. Don't be afraid of the dumps, because that's what usually scares everybody out. And honestly, like this big dump here, I told everybody to watch out, because what we were looking at is this liquidity down here. Right? We were here, we didn't quite tap it, we came up and we came back down again. I figured we were going to hit it right there, but we didn't.
Yeah, I was surprised.
But we didn't. And then we started taking off, and I was like, well, this doesn't look good, honestly.
Yeah.
We went for 2 weeks straight, we went up, and I said, this does not look good. I was on here. If you're watching, if you're subscribed, maybe you saw it, go back and look at the old videos if you don't believe me. This is not good, because if we don't come back and get this liquidity now or sooner, it's going to happen later.
Yeah.
And not only did we not come back and get it later, we
hit
ripped.
an all new time high.
Went to an all-time high. Everybody got bullish. 150K is imminent. Everybody got over leveraged, and then they got wrecked. Absolutely wrecked.
And this is when you hear all that panic. Oh, it's crashed. That's over. The market's done.
Well, this is it, right? This is Bitcoin crashed to 100K.
Yeah.
Like we said that many times.
I love listening to that. Bitcoin crashes to 100K.
Yeah.
And what, 3 months ago, we were going, holy, Bitcoin's at 100K.
The cool thing is that Bitcoin sustained 100K for
this entire time.
Almost, well, that like what right here. So that's June. So ever since June, we had that last little dip, and it's sustained 100K ever since then.
Yeah, so if it goes into 90, buy.
So yeah, so look at long term here. Long term, we still have quite a bit of liquidity down the 93K range. My price prediction, which I don't ever really like to do, it's because it changes every day. But if I had to put a price prediction on what's going to happen for the next, let's say, the rest of the year, judging by liquidations and liquidity, I'd say probably short term, we're going to come back up to 117 range, probably somewhere up in here. But then I think that would be pretty nice. I'm not 100% sure that that's going to happen, but it could. There's reason for it to happen.
People could be closed. Everybody could close, right?
It's true, right? They could close.
You could start seeing a lot of closings.
I think it's more potential to probably come down towards the end of the year and have people, because a lot of people have been talking this whole year about Q4 being insane.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you have a bunch of people saying that, and then you have a bunch of people over leveraging their positions because they're believing what they see on internet and the screens and stuff, you're going to get washed out. So it all depends on what people believe, because basically whatever the sentiment is, the opposite's going to happen. Most every single time. But
tell everybody to long so we can get that price down so I can buy more.
Well, see, that's the thing is
that's what you guys are listening to too.
But at some point, that's going to stop working.
Yeah.
Once Bitcoin becomes diversified throughout humanity,
yeah,
that won't be able to happen again, because right now the exchanges and the banks and some of the big institutions are controlling some of the biggest bags.
Yeah, well, you have, like you said, you have BlackRock, Vanguard. I mean, the people who run the world now trying to basically run Bitcoin, and thank God we have people like Saylor who keep
potentially. I got a theory for you that we can get to in a sec, but
that'll be a good one. But
the thing is that they spent the last decade telling you that Bitcoin's a scam.
Yeah.
And they wanted to believe that because they knew that it was a threat to their way of life. Now they've realized quietly, they're not saying it, they haven't, because they started buying, BlackRock started buying in 2022 or 2023 maybe. I can go back and look at the chart.
Shit talking
before exactly. They were still talking negatively of it, but you can go on chain, because Bitcoin is open source, and see what's going on. So again, educate yourself on how it works, and it makes you feel a whole lot better on using it.
Yeah, you can't actually see who's doing what on it, but the address wallets you can.
But there's lots of people out there that can figure it out.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not too difficult when you see the big players dumping.
You look at on-chain analysis and just follow people that are constantly looking on-chain, and then
So there you go. Now the people are in control of the government's funds and where they're going. You can publicly see this stuff now.
Yeah. So they spent the last decade trying to tell you that it wasn't going to work. It's blah, blah, blah. It's crap. It's a scam. They finally realized themselves that it's not going anywhere. They've tried to ban it. They tried to do whatever they could. They tried the capital gains tax on it. All that stuff has not worked. Clearly not worked. So now they are running as fast as they can to accumulate as much as they can so that they can maintain their way of life, because this is it. But the thing is there's only 21 million, and there's still another 1.5 million to be mined over the next 100 years. So scarce as it gets.
So what we need is 3 million people each to go out and buy just 1/3 of a Bitcoin each, so the world can not be run by these people.
Everybody understands how it works and starts to DCA into Bitcoin, the power comes back to the people. The more people that hold Bitcoin, the more people have power. When you have one institution or a number of big institutions holding the amount of whatever it is, real estate, Bitcoin, the assets that are the most valuable in the monetary policy that we all abide by, they have the power.
Yeah, that they make the rules about.
They have the power, right? So this is our chance to, you don't have to put your whole life savings into it.
No.
Just start by learning about it, put $100 in, and see how it goes.
This is our silent war.
Exactly. It's revolution by evolution. Technology is what's allowing us to be decentralized, truly. A lot of people believe that it's never going to work, and it might not work if we miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right?
People need to educate themselves a lot more on it. Quit watching your 5-second YouTube videos and just watch half hour of Bitcoin. It'll completely change your life.
Spend a bit of time and just
every day watch
understand.
5 minutes.
Really have to be disciplined.
Yes, but you're never going to be successful in life without discipline. That's a pretty common lesson you should be taught in life.
Absolutely.
So if you want to grow, discipline yourself with Bitcoin. I was against it for 10 years. And then finally, I got sick and tired of getting poorer and poorer in the fiat.
Yeah.
And my savings account.
Well, you ask yourself
down.
why? Like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Right?
And then all of a sudden, I was into Bitcoin, and I've put. I get paid, and it goes straight into Bitcoin. Whenever I need to pay bills, I'll get rid of what I need to pay my bills.
And while that money sat there, it gained value.
But yeah,
the Bitcoin standard.
I'm a lot better off than where I was a few years ago.
And honestly, like the Bitcoin inflating in value is great, but the true value is understanding the knowledge of why.
Yeah,
because
and getting your time back. It's your freedom. Yeah. Now you can enjoy. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And educate yourself more on it.
Exactly. It's a never ending loop.
It's the best thing ever.
It just keeps getting better.
Best thing I got into.
So look at this. Breaking. This was yesterday. Total U.S. public debt has hit a record 37.9 trillion. 400 billion jump this month, or 25 billion per day. How do you think they're going to pay that back? And guess what?
Meanwhile, they want you to file your taxes.
Every single bit of debt comes with interest. That interest doesn't exist when they ask for it.
Yeah.
But guess what? They ask for it. So how is it going to be paid? Right? It doesn't make sense.
No, it actually hurts your head when you try to figure this out.
Think about Chewbacca. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, but seriously, like, it's clearly unsustainable. Again, this is U.S. public debt. So this is basically the entire world. There's a bunch of other things as well. Like I think I was reading something that the actual like global debt is like hundreds of trillions. I don't really care. I don't pay attention to that shit anymore. Like I did for a little bit while I was figuring out why this is happening, but now it's like I don't care anymore. It doesn't make a difference to me anymore because I don't hold that debt.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm not a participant.
You don't exist in that world.
No.
That's the thing. You take yourself out of that world.
Yeah.
Don't be scared about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everybody thinks it's scary to leave the thing that's drowning them.
Yeah, it's like everybody at school, all the kids. Like, because for kids, it's really hard. All the kids are in this one group, but that group starts to fight, and that group starts to hate each other. And it's like, well, what do I do? Like, if you don't want to be a part of it, walk away.
Yeah.
Find somewhere else to go. It's okay. You might be by yourself for a bit, but over time,
you will find your people.
You will find your people.
Right.
It might not be a lot of people in the beginning, but that's okay because less people, less problems.
That's right. And this is the thing that drives you up the wall with politics.
Yeah.
Well, you got two sides. Why not just work together and make life better for everybody rather than trying to eliminate each other?
That's not the goal, right?
That's just stupid.
Yeah. So this is just something that you got to understand. You got to pay attention. You got to educate yourself. You got to have the knowledge, and then you will have the freedom. I accept Bitcoin. I've accepted it for a long time. And it's changed my life. That was from 2024, January 2024.
I didn't know you
That's
had
my
that
pinned
shirt.
post. Check out. It says I will work for Sats. So yeah, any studio stuff you need, I do mixing, mastering.
Don't forget Cardano. I
that
saw
stuff.
that on your site, Cardano and Litecoin.
Yeah,
too,
yeah, I
eh?
accept Cardano for sure. 88 has a good future, I think. Litecoin is just really easy to use, so I would accept that too. Ultimately, Bitcoin is the store of value. The other ones are going to be the currencies that are going to be like you buy your
like
coffee
your dollar.
with.
Yeah.
You buy your coffee with, exactly.
Here's
right.
Your
Like
Canadian dollar.
ADA isn't going to go to $100,000 per coin. ADA might.
Oh, XRP's got
right?
to. Come on.
XRP is one of the worst as far as
Control.
market cap and market supply. Like the supply is way too big, right? With Bitcoin, we have 21 million. XRP is astronomical. The supply,
Because
and
it's meant to be used as a currency.
And they continue to add to the supply. It's inflating, so we don't want that. Bitcoin's deflating, that's why it's becoming more valuable. XRP is inflating, that's why it has become more valuable, because the more money that goes into it, it will, but it's not going to ever have more money go into it than XRP that they are minting.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places you can go on to. You can go to CoinPrep, and so this is a really good website to do some math on. So basically, to get the price, you take the market cap divided by the supply, and that gives you the price. So if you want to go to XRP, or let's just see here, where does it say? In part market cap, circulating supply. So right now, 19.9 million Bitcoin in supply, right? So that's why we have the price that we have.
5 million of those are lost too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. So here's XRP. 60 billion currently supply. So what's the market cap that we would need? My target price, let's see. So target price, let's just say $100 for XRP. It needs to be a $6 trillion market cap.
No, did you click enter?
Yeah, I think so. It needs to be a $6 trillion market cap.
That's, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All of crypto is less than 4 trillion. All of crypto. Bitcoin is only a 2-point-something trillion dollar market cap right now.
So unless they plan on printing $6 trillion and dumping it into XRP.
If we see $100 XRP, we're like, it's end times. Like, it's not going to happen, because obviously technology is going to, and sorry for my voice, I was screaming a lot at the game, but obviously things are going to collapse before you ever see $100 XRP.
Yeah,
okay, come on, people, do your math.
The most you're probably going to see on that is another
maybe $10.
Yeah, I was going to say $6-7 Canadian.
$10 still needs over $500 billion.
Yeah, right. So I mean, you might that'll be your next leap, but that's not going to be your next leap for probably 10 years.
It's
and that you don't even know if that's going to be your leap, because God knows how many more XRP they're going to put out.
That's another thing too. Is they're adding to the supply all the time.
So you might have actually just missed it. I mean, that could have been now it just might be a long-term hold.
Yeah, I mean, it'll serve its purpose, but it's not something that you're trying to gain your value, right? You're not trying to...
It's not like gold, right? Bitcoin is gold. You're buying an asset. XRP is not really an asset.
It's going to be used to buy coffee and stuff. Like, it's going to be a digital dollar.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to be. It's not something that you want to be putting all your money in and expecting that you're going to get rich off of it. Apparently this isn't working right now, so... Trading data. Well, it looks like the stream didn't absolutely nuke. That's good. So I changed those settings, and that was good. But honestly, let's have another look at gold quickly here before we go. I have to get out of here pretty soon. But what I want to see Bitcoin make another all-time high is going to be gold start to either plateau or correct. We've seen it happen multiple times in the past, where it goes up on a run and then it goes sideways for a while, up on a run, sideways, maybe down. And then the reason we would be seeing that is because that money would be circulating back into Bitcoin. So
yeah, right. Well, yeah, because you have the money leaving right now to go into gold. That's gold.
Exactly, right. So this money's come out and it's gone into gold,
which is great. Everybody's buying the top of gold, going to lose their money, and it's all going to flow back into Bitcoin when it's hitting an all-time high.
That's how the market works back and forth, right?
And all these people are just losing money buying the high. Yeah. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and I saw plenty of people lining up to buy gold. It's like, oh, we're in a bad situation. People are lining up to buy gold.
I'm lining up to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's like, where are we right now? I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I don't want to see any of the crazy madness. I would like Bitcoin to just be steady. And look, so this is where it started. Madness, and we're starting to mature as a market. Slow moves over time are more sustainable than these massive rips that you hear about on Bitcoin.
And
so
this is how you create generational wealth.
Yeah.
This is how you create better times for your children, their children's children, without making the society we see today.
Shout out to Ohtani too, best player in the game. What a performance by him the other night. That was amazing. So much fun to watch. He lead off home run by a pitcher. He had 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs in the game. He went 3 for 3 and had 10 strikeouts. So he pitched and batted, and he had, oh man, insane, dude, insane. Let's see if I can see. There's nothing. Oh, what does Kramer say? Oh, and he's gone. Oh, look at this. Only 19 years old and worth 150 million. That's due to crypto. He's the one that's manipulating the markets, using him as a market pusher, market manipulator, right?
I gotta love the people who want to complain about it rather than educate and get in on it themselves. Like if he's doing it, I'm watching him.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If the whole world watched what Warren Buffett was buying and selling, the whole world would be loaded right now.
1.6 billion in gold, 1.6 billion in
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Don't complain about it.
National debt keeps going. We'll be over 40 trillion by end of the year. Yeah, I saw a few this morning of people lineups for people buying gold all over the place, and it's like, man, again, you're gonna be
you're buying the
people
top.
continuously line up to buy the top. When you see the herd doing something, there's a good chance they're wrong, because the herd pays attention to the news, and the news manipulates you for their good, not for yours. You got to pay attention to that stuff, man.
Again, who owns the news network that's providing this news to you?
Yeah.
Nobody asks questions anymore. They just accept whatever they're told.
It's crazy. You got to think for yourself, folks. You got to think for yourself. Okay, on that note, I got to get my kid to dance. So have yourself a good day. Where we are, it is absolutely pouring rain. I haven't seen this much rain come down, I don't know if ever. So hopefully this isn't the Great Flood happening again. But I think we'll be all right on the other side. The sun will come back out. And keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart, keep an eye on the gold chart, and do what you think you should do after doing your own research, folks.
Yes. Educate first, do second.
Don't watch the news.
Stay away from that. That's a de-education.
Pretty much. All right, folks. Talk to you later. Peace out.
All right.
Yeah. Fire.